Born Dorothy Pauline Laser, Dottie Fargotstein grew up during the 1920s in Belleville, Illinois. She graduated from the Washington University School of Nursing in 1940, then worked as a private duty and neurosurgical scrub nurse in St. Louis. In 1943, Dottie married medical student Ralph Fargotstein. The couple moved to Springfield, Ohio, where Ralph was an intern, and began their family of 5 children: Barbara, John, Philip, Joseph, and Catherine. Dottie became a Navy wife in the last years of World War II. When Ralph returned from the service, she worked with him as office manager and nurse in his Springfield general medical practice. She also started a lifetime of civic involvement. In 1951, the family moved back to her hometown, Belleville, during Ralph's residency in pathology, then to Quantico, Virginia, when Ralph was recalled to active duty during the Korean War. In 1954, the Fargotsteins moved to the Los Angeles area, where she continued her volunteer career with the PTA and as a leader with the Boys and Girl Scouts over the next few years. When they moved to Pueblo, Colorado in 1958, Dottie expanded her volunteering to politics and served as a state board member of the Colorado League of Women Voters. 4 years later, in 1962, the family moved to Scottsdale, and Ralph accepted a position at the Maricopa County Hospital. They moved into a house on Invergordon, where Ralph continues to live today. Dottie plunged right into volunteer work, joining the Maricopa County Medical Auxiliary and supporting her children in their school and extracurricular activities. She was a charter member of the Scottsdale Town Enrichment Program, or STEP, committees focusing on the need for a city hall, library, and parks. In 1967, Dottie was appointed to the Scottsdale Parks Commission, where she served for a record 12 years, 4 as its chair. Now, through this position, she became a strong supporter of the Indian Bend Wash Flood Control Project, sharing in the vision of the 7-mile stretch as a continuous green belt of parks and recreation areas. Now, she even traveled to Europe to attend an international flood control conference with Billy Gentry, where they narrowly escaped injury from a bomb explosion at their hotel. Busy as she was raising 5 children and supporting their activities, she found time to do more in the community. She credited her ability to juggle so many tasks to her nursing training. During the 1970s, she served as a member of the advisory board for the new Scottsdale Community College's nursing program, helped organize the Scottsdale All-Indian Powwows, and hosted a Japanese exchange student, and continued her work with the Arizona League of Women Voters. In 1974, her friend, Billy Axline Gentry, asked her to direct the volunteers working on her Scottsdale City Council campaign. Now, having helped Billy get elected, Dottie also coordinated volunteers in Paul Messenger's campaign for the Arizona legislature in 1978. The following year, she served as campaign manager for the Scottsdale Mayor City Council slate of Herb Drinkwater, Jim Bruner, Jeff Schubert, and Charlie Smith, again producing a successful campaign. In 1980, 1983, and 1986, she directed the volunteers involved in Billy Gentry and Dion Cusac's city council campaigns, and in 1984 served as campaign manager for Mayor Drinkwater and Councilman Bruner's re-election campaigns. Time after time, she helped her candidates win at the polls. When Scottsdale appointed a Human Service Ad Hoc Committee in the mid-1970s, Dottie was a natural choice to serve as its chair. She then served on the Human Services Commission for 8 years, 2 as chair, helping to establish the brokerage concept of social service delivery in Scottsdale. Now, she also helped establish the city's Dial-A-Ride program for seniors and residents with disabilities, and was an ardent supporter of programs at Vista del Camino. She also served on the board of directors of the Scottsdale Senior Center, the Behavioral Health Advisory Council for the state of Arizona, and on the board of trustees for the Valley of the Sun United Way. Before retiring from her hectic schedule of community leadership in 1988, Dottie served on the Scottsdale Industrial Development Authority, the original Scottsdale Canal Bank Committee, and co-chaired the successful $69 million city bond issue campaign in 1983, for which Mary Manross served as vice chair. She was also active with Arizona Town Hall. When Dr. Fargotstein retired as director of laboratory at St. Luke's Hospital Medical Center in 1988, Dottie eased up on her community involvement. She, however, continued to enjoy her monthly get-togethers with the Been There, Done That, a small group of other women who had been longtime community activists. In 1999, in recognition of her decades of volunteer efforts to enrich her community, she received a Francis Young Community Heroes Merit Award. In November 2001, at age 82, Dottie Fargotstein died, telling her friends, family, and 5 grandchildren in her obituary that she'd merely changed her address. Throughout her 39 years serving Scottsdale, she often quoted her mother, saying, "Volunteer time is the price you pay for the space you occupy on earth." Everyone she touched, with her warmth and dedication, will agree that Dottie more than paid for her space and improved that space tenfold.